Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Day is coming up on Sunday, but there is a special way to honor and support families who've dealt with the devastating impact of miscarriage, stillbirth, and infant loss a day early. The Baby Steps 5K is happening in Kalamazoo Saturday, and all families are invited. We've got Christine Webb and Lauren Westerman. They're the race directors here to share more about this event. Ladies, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so talk to us about the why and this event in general.
This event is really important because so many pregnancies end in miscarriage and stillbirth. I have experience with that myself. I lost a son at 18 weeks pregnant, and Lauren was a huge help to me as I was going through that. So we want there to be support for other families who might be going through this, and be able to bring awareness and then also raise money for research to help hopefully prevent some of this in the future.
Absolutely. I think a lot of families suffer in silence, and we don't know all of the stories. It happens a lot more often than we believe, right? Mm-hmm. Or know. And talk about how this is going to help the families. There's a couple of different ways where the money is going to be, that's raised, is going to be used.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, we have 3 different organizations that we're going to split the money up that we're raising from this event. We have Amos's Anchors, and they're actually one of our title sponsors. Unfortunately, Kristen couldn't be here today. Kristen is also one of our race directors that she started Amos's Anchors. So they're getting some of the money. We're also working with Mira Bears, who was a big support with Christine when she lost her son, and then Star Legacy Foundation. So hopefully the funds raised will really help those organizations, as well as just raising awareness. We're really excited to have a community coming together.
Absolutely. And talk about why it's important for you to raise awareness, and for you as a support system, mm-hmm. how to educate people on how to be a good friend, a good support, and what a family might be going through when they lose a baby.
Yeah, there's been a lot of things that people try to do to help when you lose a baby, and I got some good advice at the beginning, is just try to see their intentions, because some people say things that you're just like, well, how did you say that? Right. But try to see that they're being helpful. And I think so many families either don't tell people that they're even going through this, because with me being so far along, it was really no secret that we lost our baby. But some people don't tell people about it, and then they suffer in silence, or they only tell a few select people, and that can be really hard. So we want people to know how to help each other out. Sometimes just saying, I'm so sorry for your loss, genuinely can be really helpful. One thing Lauren does really well is she's very good at talking when I want to talk, but also just like, let's go do something else when I don't want to always be mired down in this place, you know? So she's really good at that. What else do you think you've done?
I tried to make sure that I would listen a lot, because mm-hmm. no matter what, I knew that nothing that I have been through could compare to this. So I just made sure that kind of, if you wanted to talk, I would listen. And then another thing, when I would text you or call or whatever to reach out, I wouldn't just be like, hey, how are you? Because you're probably not good. So I tried to come up with other ways to check in or say different things, like ask about something specific or come up with something to do. I just, I didn't want to default back to normal life yet, because there is something huge going on, but I wanted to make sure that I still was there and checking in all the time.
Wonderful. Yeah, so, just being there, I think, is the most
huge.
important part, right?
Yeah.
And so talk about then also how families can get involved. I mean, because all families are invited to come. Mm-hmm. It's run, walk, not really competitive, more just fun. Talk about the event.
Yeah. Right. It's going to be a really fun walk, and we're hoping for good weather. So yes, they can run the 5K if they want, but the course is a looping course. So if they only wanted to do like a mile of it or 2 miles of it, they could do that as well. So some families with smaller kids might not be able to do the full 5K, but they could still do part of it if they wanted to. And there's also going to be a memorial event after the run. Do you want to talk about the memorial event?
Yeah. So after that, as we've had people register, we've had a space in the registration where you can share an infant name or someone in your family, your baby that you've lost personally, someone you know that has lost a baby. And then we're going to have the memorial where we'll have some shared stories. We will read the names of the infants and take a moment to honor them.
Love that. Yeah. What do you guys hope that people take away from this event?
As the person who's lost a baby, I hope people would take away that they're not alone. Even looking at this list of baby names, the babies we're going to honor, it's made me realize how unfortunately common this really is, but that there's the support out there with different people, that I don't have to feel alone in my experience. So I want them to feel that there's a community around them, and that would be what I want people to take away who have actually lost an infant or baby.
Yeah, I would second that with the community aspect, just to know that you're not alone out there, that people care about you, people are there to support and love on you.
Wonderful. So let's get more people there.
Yeah,
All right.
yes,
All the details right there on your screen. Coming up this weekend, October 14th, Saturday. It starts at 10 a.m., the memorial at 11:30 afterwards. Spring Valley Park, Kalamazoo. RunSignup.com will take you there. You can register your whole family as a group. You can do individual, all of the things right there at Run Sign Up. We'll be right back.